Hi everybody and welcome to another By Pen and Paper streams. I'm RoGamer and today we are continuing our Citizen Sleeper adventure and quite possibly finishing, finally, our first Let's Play of the first game. Since the second game is about to come out in literally, depending on when this gets published, maybe a week, maybe less, maybe more, but it is time to do... Well, it's announced. We're gonna continue our Mechanist playthrough. The Flux episode 2, I believe. I think we just had 2 episodes. I haven't played this in such a long time. But thankfully I remember the mechanics, more or less. The other thing is... I completely forgot which voices I gave to whichever character, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading, just basic reading. Alright. We have unlocked everything, we don't have any other upgrades to do. Well, I would like to get this, so you can literally unlock everything, but that's the main things. No active drives, and we've completed everything else. I do need to remember few things. Actually, how to move through this? Ooh, boy. Okay, I think they adjusted this. I don't think I could have done this before. Escaped expiation. Episode refugee completed. The second part of the Flotilla store is complete. Episode Purge, the final episode, will begin when the clock below is complete. So, yeah. We've completed the second, this is actually the third episode. So, Purge, our third episode, is gonna be... we have a lot of data, we have everything gathered. So, we have 2 cycles before... before we can do the next section. So, let us prepare. Briar Base Camp, Spacer... doing the wastes, gather scrap. How much scrap do we have? 10. It's dangerous, but I think even with this I can be 100% complete for this. Okay. Do we have anything else that's been done? This is the aviary is in a clock, fungal growth, 2 more cycles. Alpha Labs. I have how many stabilizers do we have? I have a lot of stabilizers, so I think I'm good on that. Energy and energy. I have energy. This is like 50% for normal, 50% for general. Still want to keep energy about. This whole part is cut off from the net, because the net is on the other side. That's fair. Back. Let's see what we can get back on our rim. I still haven't stolen things, which I'm not gonna do. I have mushrooms, shipyard. Like at this point, I'm so well equipped. I think I said this even in previous videos, that I don't need to worry about anything. Yeah, I can burn them. I can get energy. I would like to play with them. I like hanging out with them. We do cryo stuff. It's either that or I'm hanging. Oh wait, okay, a window. What is happening here? Salvage sortie. Okay. They're coming back. These guys are here. Lower prices, limited supply, buy ship, mine facts. I think I have a few. Oh yeah, I have a lot. What else is happening? Nothing down here. Salvage offices, nothing. Oh. I think you just need to wait for a few days. He's gonna give me some money. We can cook some shit. Let's get some money. Let's window kind of for what? Nothing but house. Where is it? Neat. I'm gonna spend some time to get some energy. Yes. Let's see. Oh, I get extra energy. What else can we do? Yeah, I didn't steal shipments. Not at all. Skill abilities. We get money. Money is not that big of a deal. The biggest deal is me getting enough materials, like mushrooms, ship cores, and other stuff like that. Fabricators. Fabricate the ship mind. Yeah. Just in case you can prepare, like if I need stuff. You can buy ship mind core. Yeah, we need some bombs. Let's buy some of those. I'm doing this so I can be sure that I'm gonna have stuff later on. So when the story actually starts, I can have stuff available to me. That can still harvest, barter for food. That mushroom grove. Forage for fungus, viola caps. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do these. These are always good. Get the caps, collect spores, and those. Everything else that we need. In the wastes, you could get scrap components in somewhere else. Look how I have a house here. Like, Jesus. No, it's just the wastes. Let's go to the wastes. Have a good one. Okay, got some scrap. What's inside? My stabilizer is pretty good. I have a lot of stabilizers. Maybe waste dice. Okay. So next turn I'm gonna lose a dice, and this is gonna start. So I'm probably gonna jab myself with the stabilizer just so we lose a dice. This is gonna be finished. Get some mushrooms again. Viola is always good. I can go play with Mina. Get that done. Where's the wind? So we have full energy again. I don't really need much of anything else. Like I bought everything he has. That V2 is still arriving. Container, yeah, sleep in my empty container. No, I have a house, Jesus. Exchange. Is there any simple job I can do? Yeah, let's do this. Oh, This can be negative. Risky, I don't want to waste. Is there something that isn't risky? I can still get me stuff. And I don't want to steal. Like, I know there's an achievement for that. I still don't want to steal. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can go to the hub. This is Bay. Do we have anything there? We can work to repair shit. Oh, this is where I can sleep. There's something in here we can do. Buy a space on you. Let's work. Then I'm going to get some cash. I think we're gonna end it there. We're going back to my home. Where is this? It's supposed to be buried unit. Oh, I need to feed a cat. Feed a stray. I forgot to feed a stray. I'm gonna inject one stabilizer. I might still keep a dice even if it's there. It doesn't stabilize. And no, but we will. That's gonna end the cycle for now. Fully stable, fully repaired, fully ready for the story to begin. Alright, here's the first message. Peak. Cautious XXPR spacer. Sleeper. Peak is waiting for you in the corridor. It is time. I forgot time for what, so I need to get ready. Peak looks pale and disheveled, with heavy marks under her eyes, and strands of hair sticking to their face. For what? Peak smiles weakly. Nice try, but we can't dodge this. Peak holds a thumbnail-sized drive. All the data I have compiled on the flux event, and the effects of the wave, and the structures that hide within it. It is in here. You look at the tiny drive, a casket of dark secrets. I've noted it to the best of my ability. Anyone should be able to understand the threat and the potential in this. Peak says. It takes for firm. It makes for grim reading. Jesus, I can read, probably. Without intervention, the eye will suffer a cascading collapse of systems, just like the colonies of Anderson's. Intervention? Peak grimaces. That I'm still working on. Peak looks at the drive. This shadow in the flux, this protocol, is so hard to pin down. It adapts to any countermeasures I have tried to deploy. It is like trying to hold water in a cage. It slips right through. There has to be a way. He closes their hand around the drive. We need help, Sleeper. This is about everything. This is about everyone on the station. Yes, we have to set up a meeting to tell someone who can do something about this. So? Perhaps, because maybe the flotilla will have a better chance of survival if they have the data. But what about the eye? Will they protect it? Or perhaps, Picard's thoughtful. We've been thinking about this all along. Peak sighs. Why make a choice when we can tell both of them? Why pick a side when the only side in this entire thing is one we all need to take? Spark. Peak speaks as they think, their words barely keeping pace with their thoughts. We need to resist this together, or we will fail. We need everyone on board, Sleeper. Peak smiles. That is the only way. We send the data to both. You're right. Peak smiles. I'm glad to see you too. I see you too. They look away. Another flux event is coming. I'm sure of it. And I'm not sure we can survive without help. Beak opens their hand and holds the drive out for you to take. You need to do this, Sleeper. I can't. You know Saul, you know Helen, and they trust you. To them, I'm just another spacer, but to you, you are part of this place. Hearing someone else say it hits you hard. You are part of the Eye. Beak is right. But right now, that feels more like a weakness than a strength. Especially with these dice. Jesus. I have set up a data relay at Cordon. It's neutral ground. Take the data and send it out to Havich and the flotilla. Once they receive it, they will come. We can be sure of that. You will meet them there and take them through it all. No one could do a better job. They took a stand of here behind the... Come with me. Beak pauses. I can't. It would only draw suspicion on you. Cabbage wants nothing to do with us, and Saul is paranoid at best. Beak tentatively pulls a hand on your shoulder. Puts a hand on your shoulder. Thank you, Silver. I know this is hard, but we have to move forward. We can't keep this to ourselves anymore. They step back, looking thin and pale in the harsh station light. Come talk to me once it's done. And they slip away into the air. Okay. Next quest. No active drives. Why? Why is there no active drives? Okay, this is... It is talking, this is soon to come around. This is Havage offices. Fragments of line. Let me check mine, okay? Is this Havage option? Yeah, this is Havage. This is why am I not? Ticket is rail on the ice. Ship, yeah, this happy to pay for shipment fragments. They can dismantle and reuse. Where is the trigger? Is it on the other side? Need to go to the aviary, that's for sure. Ah, the cordon is new thing. Warning, final episode. Once you send the data episode Purge, and the final series of events on the Eye will begin. After this point, you will not be able to return to complete the other tribes or find other endings. Make sure you're ready. Flux data. Do we even have flux data? Oh, I have. Needs to be careful with it. Well, I don't have like a save option, so it's all auto save. I can't go do other endings because I already done past that, and any other drives and anything I've completed. So the only thing I have is to work on the mushroom fields, but I think I'm fine for now. It's time we get this Purge on the way. Beaks relay pings a confirmation. The data is sent. Now all we can do is wait for the response. Instant response. The cordon. With the data sent, the only thing to do is wait. Damage quarantine zone. As you do, you imagine Helen receiving the data, perhaps in the middle of some Havenage, I think, council meeting. You think of her trembling hands as she slips out of the room to read it. Her reaction, you can't predict. You imagine Saul, too, and one of his crew finding him in some corner of the Pilgrim Seed, overseeing the modifications that will turn it into an ark. Those sharp eyes scanning the data, looking for a way to proceed. The wait draws out, and to pass the time you watch the activity beyond the edge of the eye. The scrap shuttles pulling components from the now abandoned cordon, and the supply skiffs making runs between the flotilla ships. It isn't long before you hear the chirping of one of Helen's now familiar drones approaching the viewing platform. And then Helen... I think it's Helen. I think it's Helen. Helene. I don't know. It's been a while. Herself strides into the room. Frustrated Havage counselor. They then heard the room. Where did you get this, Sleeper? Karen holds up a slate of scrolling with streams of flux data as she enters. I need to know your source. Doesn't hello to you too? You didn't bring me here for a reunion, I assume. Helen smiles at his smile. Then you'll forgive me for skipping the pleasantries. She pauses and pushes her hair back out in her open face. This is a lot to take in. A shadow protocol inside the flux? The system's scan channels starting up? A total collapse of the eye? She rubs her forehead. If I bring this to the council, they'll... She turns away. They'll believe you. She laughs. Do you know what has been happening with Hevenge, Sleeper? She looks away at the flotilla. Since the refugee ships started arriving, things have changed. It's chaos. No one can settle on a single issue. There is division at every vote. But in the division, only one group prospers, the hardliners. Because as each councillor gets tired of the arguments, gets tired of compromise, they become more attracted to the easy answer. The flotilla is to blame. Refugees are opportunists. The eye must be defended. She shakes her head. And now you're telling me they brought something to the eye that will cause its collapse. The eye should be defended. They didn't bring it. It doesn't matter, Sleeper. That is all the councillors will hear. She closes her eyes and her hand on her temple. Many of them already presume that the refugees are somehow to blame. So, oh yeah, I remember this dude. He's basically stuck with his mecha suit. Did someone say refugees? Sol climbs into the docking bay, grinning at the situation. Speak of the devil, and well, here I am. His suit hisses as he settles on his cane. Helen glances between the two of you, uncertain if she has been drawn into some elaborate plan. Sol holds out a hand to her. Sol. He nods. I believe we have spoken remotely, while the cordon was still up. I sent both of you the data. We are all allies here. Sol raises an eyebrow. That seems a little presumptuous, doesn't it? I trust you, Sleeper, but Heavenage have been the ones seeking to hold us without charge, for good reason. I'm not Heavenage, Helen blots out, then corrects herself. What I mean to say is, no one person represents Heavenage. That's the idea. I did not support the cordon, and I did not support your quarantine. Sol nods. Well then, Sol glances at you. Anyone mind if I get myself up to speed here? He pauses, but you get the feeling he isn't expecting an answer. 1. The flux events, the very same destabilizing waves that collapsed the colonies on the moons of Amber, have reached the station. He holds up a stubby finger. 2. According to the data Sleeper provided, these events are acting as a cover for some kind of intrusive protocol, which is causing the real damage. Second finger joins the first. 3. This shadow protocol will do the very same thing it did to Amber's song, step, and heart, and quickly. In short, it will shut down everything keeping this place alive. A third finger pops up. 4. And this is my favorite. We have no idea who or what is doing this, and why. Sol's final finger joins the other 3. Is that about the total of it? There is also another influx event coming. Of course there is. Sol smiles then. Sounds. Helen pauses, searching for words. Intimidating. Helen turns to Sol. Did you manage to put up any kind of resistance on Amber's heart? Sol shakes his head. That's why we are here. The Pilgrim's Seed was the biggest ship to make it out unscathed. He pauses. I suppose we didn't have this data. We didn't know what was eating up the systems. We all thought it was the flux. Helen looks at you. And I imagine you, Sleeper, and whoever helped you uncover this, might be able to figure out the countermeasure. We can try. Helen nods approval. Okay, so that's the start of it. If you will forgive me, Sol cuts in. Part of why I was able to save as many as I could in Ember's heart was that I gave up hope early. Sol shifts his weight, his suit hissing. There were endless strategy meets, system reboots, tests and trials, but I just got on with working on the Pelgrim Seed, with getting people on board. So when the second and the third and the rest of the Flux events hit, we were ready to go. Jesus, I didn't expect you, man, to give up and run. So, if I can offer you some advice, miss not Heavenage. It is to give up on that line of thought you have, that hope, and to start the evacuation now, right this cycle. Sol looks out on the observation dock towards the Pelgrim Sea. I've already started the process of converting the remaining volume of the Pelgrim Seed for human habitation. With Heavenage's resources, I dare say we could finish the job with time to spare. Sol scratches his beard. I know it is hard, and I know it is sudden, but we have to give up hope. We have to run. There will be no heroes here, just those that keep living, those that don't. Helen listens in silence, making calculations. She looks out at the bulk of the Pelgrim Seed, which, despite all its vastness, is dwarfed by the eye as a whole. Something flickers in her eyes. She opens her mouth to speak. She stops, frozen. Let me think, Helen rubs her temple. I need a moment. Helen paces. As you watch her, you realize how young she is, and how lost she is in the systems and protocols she has to navigate. You can almost see the strings and ties that bind her, glinting like webs in the wide space of the observation platform. This is an impasse. I bet this is an impasse. So maybe I should move myself somewhere else, so that I don't obtrude much of the text, especially my text. Let's try over here. Forgot where I put myself in the videos, so let's try over here. So, I don't like the doom and gloom of just the evacuation of the eye is probably the best thing. The problem is, there is not enough room on the Pelgrim Seed, however much the ship is. It's gonna be cramped, it's gonna be starved for resources, it's gonna be difficult. And it's kind of doomy. And we are the hero here. We need to save the eye. I am juiced up on mushrooms, juiced up on stabilizer, and juiced up on dices. So I'm gonna be trying to do this. I also have a reroll. I forgot I have a full-on reroll of all of the dice. I don't know if it's all the dice or the dice that I didn't use. Anyway, I am for trying to purge the Shadow Protocol. I'm a sleeper. I am within the protocol. I should be able to do this. Famous last words. Okay, we purge the Shadow Protocol. Helen stops pacing. But with what resources? The data you sent me. This thing is a shadow, uncontrollable, untraceable. Perhaps with the full contingent of the Heavenage Systems departments, but that would require hundreds of work orders to be overlooked, maintenance schedules abandoned. She looks away, getting that through to the council. Would that even be possible? She glances at Sol, who is patiently watching, patiently listening. We do it without them. We have to try. Helen looks at the slate again. I will take this to the council. Force them to listen. Force them to act. Nice. You both jump as someone loudly clears their throat nearby. Your eyes jump to the dark entryway that Helen emerged from just minutes ago. Camp? Oh, hardline Hemage fuck me, I'm gonna have to deal with this bastard. He's gonna be an asshole, I guess. A hardline average counselor. That's gonna be a problem. What a cozy little meeting this is. A man steps from the shadows, dressed in the same style of Heavenage overalls as Helen. And I must say, this is some very incidentally rhetoric. Wait. This is some very incidentally rhetoric you are using. Rhetoric. Incendiary. No. I think this is some very incendiary rhetoric you're using, Counselor. You glance at Helen and her face drops immediately. Kemp. She curses under her breath. Saul shifts his weight and his game, but otherwise remains still. A casual observer. Plotting against Heavenage with an interloper, he gestures at Saul. Everyone will be so disappointed. Kemp smiles a broad smile. Some of the counselors had such high hopes for our youngest member. His smile drops. I, of course, never let novelty distract from the importance of experience. Helen stares, daggers at Kemp. Enough of this petty shit, Kemp. You need to see this. She holds out her slate with an outstretched arm. The games are over. No more point scoring, no more lobbying. You and your hardliners need to stop. This is something real. Kemp calmly takes the slate and prods the screen, scrolling through the flux data. His face betrays nothing, but you see some complex calculations flickering in his sharp eyes. Kemp lowers the slate slowly and smiles at Helen. And what do you think this shows? Helen frowns. Don't play games. You can read. The flux is a carrier signal for some shadow protocol, most likely corporate in nature. Sorry. Maybe it's Solheim re-emerging to claim their station. Maybe it's a takeover. But either way, the station is under threat. You're right about that, but the rest? Conjecture, Kemp rubs his chin. What we have is a virus in our systems, which emerged precisely when the flotilla arrived. In fact, it times perfectly with the mysterious event that freed them. So, what I see is a hostile cyberware attack, instigated by dissidents that fled Ember's moons after committing terrorist attacks on their own soil. Kim's face darkens. That is the order of the facts. Nothing more, nothing less. Facts I'll be happy to present to the council. Kemp tightens his grip on the slate. Helen laughs. You think that's the only copy of the data, you sanctimonious shit? No, I don't, Kemp smiles. But who do you think they will listen to, Helen? Especially after I tell everyone about this little clandestine meeting. You couldn't win power by hemorrhage systems by our laws, so you resort to this. Kemp shakes his head. The law is with me. The law! I am the law! Sorry. It kind of bugs in me. It is as simple as that. He gestures, and out of the shadows, two cabbage security officers appear. Oh, I'm gonna break her out of jail. No need for that. Saul suddenly speaks up. His silence had meant Kemp had stopped paying attention to him, but now you notice he has backup of his own. A group of his crew stand at the edge of the room. They are carrying long, boxy guns. You've never seen anything like them on the eye. Glossy XPR logos glint along their barrels. These are Ashes guns. Wait, did they give them guns? I think I probably did. Fuck. Kemp freezes and the officers hesitate, holding back in the doorway. Be careful there, outsider, he stutters. Be careful there, outsider, he stutters. Kill me and Hebbage will never forget. Saul waves a hand at him. No one is killing anyone. So let's calm down. Saul scratches his beard. But I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Helen glances at him, and he gives her a gentle nod. And you'll leave your colleague here with me. He raises an eyebrow. We haven't finished our conversation. Camp laughs and shakes his head. You're finished, Helen. The council will never allow you back after this. Then he turns and walks out to the observation deck, taking his officers with him. You all pause to catch your breath. Helen looks ready to collapse. Saul flexes inside his suit, nodding at his crew to check that the camp is fully retreated. Saul wrenches part of his suit back into place, grimacing. Your friends leave a lot to be desired. He shoots a glance at Helen. Seems like support for the evacuation might be a hard ask. Helen doesn't respond. She stares out at the Pilgrim Seed once more, trying to process what's in front of her. She sighs and turns back to you. I won't call for an evacuation, she looks at Saul. Maybe that is a fatal mistake, but I can't do it. Oh, now I can change. Now I can change my options. No, I'm sticking with my choice. I understand. But, she pauses, I won't block it either. If people want to leave, Hamish will let them. That is what I will propose to the council, she sighs. If they let me speak. You have to try, but you don't know. You have to try. She nods at you and Saul and turns to leave. Saul is quiet. He scratches at his beard. Good luck. Oh, good luck, he offers the departing Helen, but she does not respond. He leans on his cane. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. None of this changes anything for me. The Pilgrim Seed will be going in a handful of cycles, whether Hamish wants it or not. You can't abandon the Eye. Saul raises an eyebrow. I seem to remember it was us being abandoned not so long ago. I'm not sure the reverse applies. Saul puts a hand on your shoulder. There is a berth for you, and for any you can gather, Sleeper. That much I owe you. And Helen? I wouldn't hold out much hope for her coming around, Sleeper. She's too tied up in all this. It won't let her leave, even if she wants to. He eyes you. Hell, I'd say the same about you, but you have a habit of doing wrong. My crew will take me from here. Don't worry. Saul straightens up. Oh, and thank you, Sleeper, for sending the data. I appreciate the action, and I'll see if it can help us shore up the Pilgrim Seed against any future flux events. If we had you back on Ember's heart, pauses, suddenly losing his appetite for discussing the past. Well, I'm not the only one who did this. I had friends. Saul sighs. Of course, we are going to need all the help we can get. If you can spare some time, come to the Pilgrim Seed. Help me get it ready. Bring others. There's future to be earned here, cycle by cycle. We will be leaving as soon as we are able. If you want to help us get there faster, well, you'll be welcome. He meets your eye. Saul grimaces. Well, he pauses. Just don't keep me waiting. And he himself holds his waiting crew. You pause for a moment to let your thoughts catch up. Peak will want to hear about all this. This should be your first port of call. Definitely. You drive! Yay! You first! Evacuate the Eye. The flotilla is leaving with anyone who wishes to join them, but they'll need help if they want to leave before the flux hits. Help Pilgrim Seed. Cautious space at Pilgrim Seed, okay. So supply hauling, Pilgrim Prep, birth, and everything. Okay, so that's a lot of engineering and all that shit that I can do. Dangerous, but you know, conditional nature that doesn't fuck up anything. I need to go speak with Peak. Asha. Oh, Asha's guns. Stubborn AX PR spacer. As you enter the climbing briar, you immediately have to jump aside as Asher, lugging a massive crate across the cargo bay, pushes past you, granting an apology as she does. It reminds me of when we met. Asher sniffs and doesn't look back. As you turn back to the bay, Pete pushes past too. Sorry, Sleeper, just a second. He crashes to catch up with Ash. Put that down, please, Ash. And she doesn't respond to their urging. We can't leave, not yet. Pete puts a hand on her shoulder. Please, I'm the only one here who can. The crate drops, the sound of its impact echoing around the bay like thunder. Can do what? Pete? Her eyes are burning with anger. Save this place? Are you still that naive? We are running, Pete. We are running because this thing cannot be stopped. It couldn't be stopped by XPR, our home. Why would we stay to stop it here? Because we can, Ash. We can give these people a chance. Pete pleads with her. Like they gave the refugees a chance? Ash shakes her head. No, Pete. This is not on us. We barely made it out of XPR. I worked for years to escape, and now you want to throw it all away? I left everything behind. My mother, my friends, to take you out of that place. She clenches her jaw. She turns and slams her hand into the bleeding heart. We go. That's the end of it. Pete turns away. You feel unsure what to do, but you know now is not the time for our outside arguments. This is between them. Pete crosses the bay back towards you. I'm sorry you had to see that, Slipper. He said. Let's walk upstairs. Pete leads you to the entry ladder, taking you up out of the bay and into the habitation level of the ship. You follow them through the tight corridors, noticing the hard-written notes, the cluttered repairs, the signs of home. Here, sit. Pete gestures to the broad nest table with its curved clutches, and you slide in on one side. Pete sits the opposite. They brush their hair out of their eyes and take a deep breath. So, how did it go? What did he say? I've been waiting all cycle. Tell them about camp, tell them about vacation, tell them about how. Peak listens nervously as you explain how Helen said she will support your efforts to find a countermeasure for the Shadow Protocol. Okay, Peak looks pleased. That sounds good. Much better than I was hoping. But what about the Council? Are they behind that, or will she operate alone? Tell them about the camp. Peak looks increasingly troubled as you tell them about the hardline Council camp suddenly repairs. Damn! Then Helen's going to have problems of her own to deal with. Peak shakes her head. Looks like we won't be able to count on anything from Hevich. They pause. What stopped the camp from arresting her? Tell them about guns. Peak rolls her eyes. Of course. Those are the guns Asha managed to smuggle through to the refugees. The ones she didn't tell us about. Peak says. Another thing that's on us. What's on us? Asha is standing quietly in the doorway listening. You don't know how long she has been there for. Peak looks up at her with tired eyes. Sleeper, found the weapons you smuggled from XPR. Asha freezes. She glances between you and Peak as if this might be some elaborate joke. The flotilla used them? Asha moves out of the doorway and enters the room. What happened? Peak interrupts. Be thankful that they didn't. They used them as a threat, that is all. Good. Asha folds her arms. You get the feeling that she knows Peak will not approve. Peak goes to speak, and then decides not to take the bait. They glance at you. I'm sure you've heard enough of us arguing this cycle, Sleeper. Peak shoots a look at Ash. But our introduction of those weapons into the equation are just another reason why we cannot simply run away. Asha looks away, but says nothing. She surely knows they cannot absolve themselves of responsibility here, so what is motivating her? You realize that she still might be trying to protect Peak, even from himself. Suddenly, a shrill beeping fills the room, and Peak pulls out their slate to silence it. But as they do, they freeze, their finger hovering above the screen. The beeping continues with its insistent pulse. Peak doesn't seem to hear you. They blink with glazed eyes at the slate. Then they let out a long exhale and tap the screen. Beeping shuts off, leaving the ringing silence behind. Asher frowns at Peak, planning to explain. 12 cycles. Peak looks vacantly up at you both. 12 cycles until the next flux event. They shake their head. I have been using the arrays in the Briar to look towards the center of the system, to approximately where the CAN channel should be. Just this moment, they detected a signal from the inner system. Given the distance and the pattern of previous flux events, we have 12 cycles, or 12 basically cycles to finish this plot. 12 cycles before it reaches the eye. The silence in the room was deafening. 12 cycles. That's it? Before a second wave hits in this place? Peak interrupts your thoughts. We start now. That's the end of it. Peak stands up to face Ash. You want to take the Briar or run Ash? That's on you, but I won't do it. They take it. I like her. I like them. I like Peak. They take a deep breath. I'll be here, Sleeper, for every cyclone ticks, trying to find a solution. I'll need your help. Their eyes meet yours, and you see a wild desperation flickering there. We'll find something. The sooner we have a plan, the better. If it takes us 12 cycles to fix this thing, it'll be too late. Peak's eyes flash with determination. They reach for a slate and pass it to you. So, we can keep in touch. They pocket the tin handheld phone. And Ash? Peak starts, but she's gone, storming down the corridors of the ship on a path to who knows where. You know from experience that it is impossible to outrun your fears, but you get a sense that Ash will try anyway. Peak rubs her red eyes, staring after Ash. Maybe I'll take a moment before we start. They smile weakly, tears of exhaustion gathering in their eyes. See you back here soon, okay? And you slip from the room into the corridor. Well, probably as not that. And you slip into the corridor. Peak's quiet. Ah, yeah, I think this is supposed to be as, not that. As you slip from the room into the corridor, Peak's quiet sobs somehow carrying through the ship behind you as you leave. Okay, so we have to protect the eye. Peak needs a plan to protect the eye from the Shadow Protocol before the next flux event. Okay. Climbing Briar. Devise a strategy. Peak is tirelessly analyzing the flux data and testing countermeasures on the Shadow Protocol. Okay, the desperate plan. Thermal flux, next flux, okay. Okay, so we have that, we have Pilgrim Seed. Let's see if anything else changed. So, okay, I can just keep tracking up. Hydra, the array, harvest. Yeah, I can just spend these to harvest things basically. And then it resets. And this is for fungal stuff. This is harvesting. Okay, so there's nothing else there. I think everything is gonna be in this area. Nothing's gonna be here, except all the old stuff that I haven't completed. If I haven't completed it, I don't think I don't need to come here. Like the only thing probably is like help me now, you know, play around with them so I can get some energy. But I've forgotten how rerolling works. Like, do I reroll all the ones or the ones that I didn't use? So I'm gonna just try and use up these two good dice, and I'm gonna reroll the other ones. For energy, I have food, I have stuffs. I think I can deal with this much faster than needed. So I'm gonna try and desperately plan this. Devise a strategy. Alright. Okay, good. 5 is gonna give me enough. Ah shit, just this one. Okay, he completed all of that in first cycle, that's good. Peak beckons you over the wide mass table where they have set up a terminal. The hours of barely eyed work, blearily, Jesus, something like that, have you both drained, and Peak looks ready to collapse. You slide onto the curved couch beside him, something dark and malevolent filling their screen like an oil stain. The shadow protocol? Not quite. Peak's eyes seem to glitter in the screen. This isn't what you think, Sleeper. Not by a long shot. You look again at the screen, leaning in close to the dark curved shape to see its texture. You see whirls and currents like a river, a dark flow unlike a shadow protocol's dark tangle. You know exactly what this is. You have swum in this river, almost drowned in its shifting flow. It is the gardener's chorus, the dark cloud which blankets the greenways networks, the bioorganic morass of a malfunctioning protocol grown vast and strange. The gardener? Peak glances at you. How do you... Because, have you met them? I have. Peak shakes their head. Incredible. Then perhaps you won't be surprised by what I am about to propose. Peak meets your eye. Everything I have tried to do to contain the shadow protocol has been a failure. It slips through any containment, absorbs any countermeasure. That, unfortunately, is an unavoidable fact. And yet, the eye still spins. The shadow protocol is being slowed, partially contained. It has spread across the station as we have seen, but in reduced pockets, in fragments. So, I started to look outside of our test cases, outside of these fragments we have been poking and prodding in our little lab. Peak smiles in. Look what I found. Peak taps a key on the terminal, and you realize the screen is showing a recording of the data flow inside the eye's networks, sampled from hundreds of points around the greenway. You watch as a subtle shift occurs at the edge of the flowing dark curve that blankets the greenway. Something spreading like an ink stain, something darker than black bleeds across the shadow protocol. Now watch. Peak eagerly points at the screen. You see something strange, a fizzing of the edge of the shadow, a sparking, and then it's gone. And beneath, for a moment, a millisecond, you see into the networks of the green. You're reminded of an image you had forgotten, of pulling a plant from its pot and seeing a bone, white, root ball where you expect to see a dark soil. The white connections ride like worms, and then it is gone. The dark flow closing up as quickly as it happened. It dissolved the shadow. Exactly, Peak nods. It protected itself. You think back to your meeting with the gardener, to that sense of something old and world and inhuman to its core. Peak excitedly starts to explain. This is the only chance we have, the only countermeasure we have seen. In the moment it opened, I detected something, a centralized intelligence, with the local ID, Gardener. This protocol, this system, whatever it is, can protect its network from the shadow protocol. But if it stays in the greenway, the eye will still fall. The station systems are too exposed, too spread across the hub, the shipyards, the spokes. Peak glances away. The only way is to break it open, to spread the entity's network access. Wait. The only way is to break it open to spread the entity's network access. It Oh, this is probably poorly. Oh, a bit of a mistake. Expand it somehow. Peak pauses. You have been inside there, Peak. You want to let the gardener out? Peak stands up and walks away. They lean against the countertop, their head hanging so low that their long hair touches the workspace. You hear them breathing deeper. I don't know, Sleeper. They lift their head. I really don't know. It's a chance. Maybe. They shake their head. You know as well as Peak that this is it. You know it because over the past cycles you have run every simulation, every possibility you think of, and still come up with nothing. You have stared a hole into your screen and dreamt of that black shadow creeping in at the edge of your vision. Peak recognizes the look in your eyes, the potent cocktail of resignation and anger. Let's say we do this. Peak begins, eyeing carefully. What do we need? They begin to answer their own question, thinking out loud. I suppose we'd need to do two things. Find a way to limit or control the gardener's spread, and then reconnect the greenway. Peak starts pacing. The idea is coming quickly now. Controlling the spread means preparing the station, and with the gardener's network, the key systems. We don't want it taking everything. We just needed to protect the station's core functionality. Then we need to reconnect the greenway, hook it back up to the main line of the network. Those systems we prepare, they should connect. The gardener will spread along the paths we prepare. At least that is my theory, Peak announces. But if we don't prepare correctly, the gardener might not spread, or it might spread to everything. Peak rolls their eyes. And after that, things might get worse. I'm not sure that this. It can't be worse than a global collapse. I'm gonna say it, Slipper. Peak sits back up at the terminal and brings up a map of the eye. Rotational control at the hub, life support at the free spoke, power routing at Havage shipyards. They stab at the map with each one marking in red. Then there is the central core. As I understand, it is somewhere on the rim. I need to find it. They push their hair out of their face. We seed the gardener in all these places, he pauses. But how are we going to do that? Transplant the greenway. Oh, sorry. Jesus. I don't know what these two are. Like, transplant the greenway is like probably connected. Bait the gardener's attention. I don't know what. I bait the gardener's attention. Big smiles. Of course, the gardener needs plants to care for. That is what their protocol dictates. They must have been part of the farming management system of the Eye, back on Solheim. We seed greenway plants into those systems, and the gardener will seek them out, protect them. Peak stares at the map of the Eye. It is a wild idea, but it could work. But we pause. We need a way into those systems. Havage have most of them locked down for safety purposes. We can't just walk in. I know a guy. Peak raises an eyebrow. Someone in the Havage system team? You nod. After everything he dragged you through, you feel like Fang still owes you. Yes, we're gonna bug Fang again. I love that dude. I think I love it. I don't know what I meant thought before, but goddamn, this is so cool. Like, I know a guy, yes, I know a dude, and after everything he dragged you through, you feel like Fang still owes you. Time to pay him a visit. Okay, well, Peak looks at you sideways. I guess we should pay him a visit. Right away. You both leave the ship, carried forward by the excitement of the plan, and an eagerness to not look at the details too closely. You push any lingering questions to the back of your mind. Time to head to Fang's Bay.